Hey guys, this is Junior from the Binary Lab, and in this video, as requested by many people, I'm going to be giving my feedback on IQ option and why I don't like IQ option. So, a lot of people have been talking about IQ option since they came on the internet. In fact, when I went to the Berlin uh, Expo for binary options brokers last year, they were actually one of the biggest vendors over there. So there's definitely making waves on the internet. A lot of their videos show up on social media like on YouTube and on Facebook and so on and so forth. And and I actually say I actually dare say that the videos are well made, and the platform has fast execution, and at the same time they allow trading from $1, and if I'm not wrong, they also allow you to trade for as little as $20 in your account. So if there are so many pros, what's there to dislike about IQ option? Oh, I also forgot to mention that they actually do have quite a lot of assets available for trading. Okay, so here's the thing. Um, the main reason why I do not like IQ option is because of the format of their trading. Okay, they have a countdown system. A countdown system is used by a few brokers out there on the market, but not by many. For many of the binary option brokers that you see on the internet, basically if you want to do a 30-second trade, you click and it gives you an exact 30-second trade from the time that you click. Um, there are some brokers that execute the trade a little bit late, and for those brokers that execute the trade a little bit late, you may be clicking, and spot option is a major culprit of this as well. During sometimes when you click a spot option platform, like so many brokers that use spot option, when you click it, it takes up to like 5, sometimes 15 seconds to execute the trade. But uh, end of the day, what you have is an exact uh, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 2 minutes, 5 minutes from the time that the trade is being executed. However, inside of IQ option, what happens is that you need to take the trade before the new minute starts, before new half minute starts, and um, that actually means that when you take the trade before, you will end up having a little bit more than the expiry time that you desire. And in my experience, that is not good. Why? Because in many of my videos, I have mentioned that the reason why I find it so important to enter a trade in the exact either beginning of a new bar or a few seconds before a bar starts is because that is when you can get the best expiry time. You can get the best movement. A lot of the movement in a bar happens in the last. It happens in the first 5 seconds. So many times a candlestick, it's kind of like I would say constipates itself just towards the end of a minute when it's like 50, 56, 57, 58. It's either waiting to drop immediately in the next 5 seconds of the new minute or to spike on the next 5 seconds of the new minute. So either wait. All right, and a lot of people who use this kind of trading method, who actually like to trade off spikes, probably also use martingales as well. Okay, uh, and that comes the next problem. So if you are trading, like sometimes if you, uh, okay, let me finish that the earlier point. So let's say if you want to know uh, whether a trade is good, sometimes in the very last 1-2 seconds, then the candle does something totally unexpected. All right, like let's say trading a reversal, you get a super long candle, you go like boom, oh, this is like the best candle to that's gonna retract right off the next minute when it starts. But you never know that in the last 2 seconds it does that already. So if you do something like that in a IQ option, then when you get into the trade, you realize that, oh, this is not such a good trade already, but you already committed to that trade. And then the other thing is that if the trade doesn't go through, then let's say, oh, the market is too busy, the trade cannot be placed and whatever reason, and then the next minute you already missed out on the entry. Uh, it, the part about martingales, it gets worse when for some of you use martingales, and for me, uh, I often use them too. All right, uh, Like there's sometimes when I look at the market and I find the market is not too busy, and there's quite a lot of zigzag action. It's within the daily range, and on those occasions, martingale is not such a bad idea. Let's say if it's pushing daily highs and lows, martingales definitely stay out. But when it's within the range, not a bad idea. But IQ option can screw it up for you. The reason why is that, uh, okay, the martingale is when you would actually double up when you're wrong, right? So if you have good filters to filter a trade, such as like in the binary, like right now we have a very nice trading template that's able to filter out very, very accurate trading setups that doesn't require more than 2 martingales to win on that setup, even in like the worst case scenario. But the problem with IQ is that if you like, you will not know until the minute is up if you need to go back in again. And because sometimes when if you're trading on a pullback, what if in the last few seconds it actually won, but because you know that it runs on a countdown system, you have to you ended up putting in another entry that you didn't really need, and then the market continues the previous trend, and you find that you're stuck. You find that you're overcommitted because you could have actually exited the martingale, or maybe you didn't even need to martingale. You're back in again. And what are you going to do about this trade? Because it's totally wrong sized, and then are you going to abandon it or what? Or are you going to chase it? If you're going to chase it, and then you end up, throwing your money management out the window. So it's probably better to miss it. Again, so here's the thing. Just to keep this really concise, couple things why I don't like IQ. It's because I said the countdown system. I hate it. It sucks. It 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 prevents you from taking exact trade length, because times that there are times that you want to see at the end of the minute what has happened. Okay, and then sometimes for some reason there are also times when I like to take the trade. I like to see how the next candle is starting out yet, because sometimes there'll be, especially Asian session, right? Asian session and sometimes Euro session as well, but the market's like very, very tentative. So yeah, imagine you get doji, 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 and then you want to see whether it's actually moving, right? So first 5 seconds you want to see, is it giving some indication, especially if you want to see the first 5 seconds of 1 minute bar to decide to take a 5 minute trade, not take a 5 or 10 minute trade, and then I just can't do that. Now the next thing I want to share with you is a really big revelation that you want to know. Okay, so I actually have someone that I know who incorporated a broker in my country. All right, I'm not going to mention names. I'm not going to mention what this broker is. I can tell you it's not IQ option. It also runs on countdown system. So I asked him, why would you do a countdown system? He gave me a demo before. I tried it. It sucks. I hate it so much. Like that platform actually was a little bit buggier than the IQ. Doesn't execute as fast as IQ. But I asked him, why would you choose a counter system? Because everyone else runs exact expiry style. And he told me that just between you and me, and that's the reason why I cannot tell you who that is, what company is, the countdown system is actually a more profitable system for the broker. So a countdown system is actually a more profitable system for the broker because a majority of people are likely to use martingale, and for those people who use martingale, they're likely to fuck up in the martingale because of a countdown system. And but for the other benefits that a broker allows, that broker, by the way, also allowed like very small amount of trading. I think it was like $2. Okay, IQ is like 10. This one this one like $2. So, so basically, it's to make people love the system, love the interface, but at the same time have something out there. Like, okay, there's nothing. There's never something that's all good. Okay, there's never something that's all good. There's definitely something with it that is not the best, that makes it deal breaker. but a lot of people may like it for the interface, they might like it for the execution, like the pairs. But there's always, if you think about it, a business cannot always be giving, 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 giving. There has to be something that they make back. All right. So this is my video about why I don't like IQ option, specifically because they use a countdown system. And for those of you who have been asking, why I never include IQ option in the binary lab, because I'm telling you very honestly, it's just not going to work with the strategies that I teach in binary lab. For that reason, I wouldn't be putting it in the near future. And also in the next video, I'm going to be sharing with you brokers and the various signal services and trade follow services that they provide. Are they really legit? Do they really help you make money? And should you actually use that? Okay, so stay tuned. If you found that this video was useful, click the like button, click subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and that's going to keep you in the loop when my new videos come out. Once again, this is Julian from the Binary Lab, and if you're not already in the Binary Lab, check out the link in the description down below, and that's going to get you. It's going to give you information about how you can get into my binary community for free and get on daily trade webinars for free as well. Goodbye.